Hi. So for part B of this question, we've been asked to find the probability of waiting less than 5 minutes. Okay, so if you recall in part A, we obtained the mean. Okay, so now we can state that x is distributed normally with a mean of 8.54 minutes and a standard deviation of 3.8 minutes. Okay, and we also know that the variance is therefore 3.8 squared. Okay. And also in part A, just to note, we've stated what our random variable x is. And I can write it again here to remind you. X is the random variable RV waiting times. Okay, so we've been asked to find the probability of waiting less than 5 minutes. Okay, so we've been asked to find the probability that x is less than 5. Okay, so Q layer 1. Again, just a quick schematic. As you can see here, I've got the normal distribution curve. I've got the mean of 8.54 minutes in the center, and the value that they've asked us to calculate, which is 5, and that's obviously going to be to the left of 8.54 because simply due to the fact that 5 is less than 8.54. Okay, and we've been asked to find this green shaded area here. Okay, so the quickest and simplest way to do this is on your calculator. Q layer 2, the calculator. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to calculate probabilities on the Casio FX991EX. Okay, so first of all, we're just going to turn it on. And then we're going to press menu setup, this button right here. Then we're going to go along twice and then go down once. Okay, so we're going over to the distribution function. We can also press 7 to do that. Okay, press equals to enter that menu. And now you'll be given a list here. Okay, so you should be familiar with some of these other terms such as binomial and inverse normal distribution, but what we're going to look at here is number 2, the normal cumulative distribution, normal CD. So you press 2 to enter. Okay, so now it's asked us for the lower bound, the upper bound, the standard deviation, and mu, which is the mean. Okay, so the lower bound and upper bound are simply the lower bound and upper bound of our probability. Okay, so the upper bound is going to be 5 and the lower bound is going to be the value down here. Okay, so what I would suggest you to do is to use a value that is at least 5 standard deviations away from the mean. Okay, so in order to calculate this value here, the lower bound, we're going to do the mean, which is mu, minus 5 times the standard deviation. Okay, so we can get a value which is 5 standard deviations away from the mean. Okay, some people will say 6, and other people will simply tell you to put in a very, very large or small number depending on whether you're on the left or the right hand side of the mean. Okay, but what the book tells you to do is to do it to 5 standard deviations away, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so when you calculate this, you should get a value of minus 10.46. Okay, so we know our lower bound is minus 10.46 and our upper bound is therefore 5. Okay, so we can just input these values into the calculator. So our lower bound is minus 10.46. Press equals. Now we go to our upper bound, that's 5, equals again. Now it asks us for our standard deviation, well, we know that's 3.8. Then again, pressing equals. Mu, which is our mean, which is 8.54. Okay, now you just press equals again, and you should get your value, P, which stands for probability. Okay, so the value is 0.175776797. Okay, so I'm going to round this to 4 decimal places, and I'm going to say this is 0.1758 to 4 decimal places. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope this helped.